Hey guys, I'm Kens.
And I'm that nerd Allison.
And welcome to our
Spicy Book Nook.
So, last video we posted was our TBR for December.
Yeah.
Let's see how that went, shall we? Can I just say?
I did not do very well.
I did better than Allison.
Yeah. I also went and saw family and I was out of town and I did not read at all.
Guys, that doesn't happen.
Ever.
Did you know that?
Ever.
I think
I did finish 3 books and they're ginormous.
in all of 2024, I read 52 books.
I'm at 70 something.
That's good.
72?
I will read 100 in 2025, by the way.
Same.
Since we're doing the first month of January,
you'll
see that in a minute.
These are the books we're going to read.
These are the books we read.
Yeah. In December.
You'll see our January one. My goal is to read 100 books. Anyway, we're going to get started. I'm going to go over
December.
what I read, a brief synopsis, and what I would rate it. Ready?
Okay. Don't give any spoilers.
No spoilers.
Because I haven't read them.
No spoilers. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Leather and Lark.
That I have read.
This is another, so if you've read Butcher and Blackbird, hopefully you've read Butcher and Blackbird before you've ventured into this little fairy tale.
Otherwise, it's not going to make sense.
Leather and Lark is about another serial killer getting with a hired hitman. And it's kind of like you learn a little bit about this one in the last book. You kind of have a feeling about what's going to happen.
I did not realize that she was a serial killer until I read the back of that book and I was like, this is about Lark? Are you sure? Because it definitely says serial killer. And then I was like, oh, well, it makes sense that 2 serial killers would be best friends.
She understands her.
Yeah.
But Sloane does not know. But yeah, it was pretty good. I think I liked this one more than I liked the first one.
Same.
The first one was a lot about killing. Like, it was a lot.
I mean, I also really, really like the first one. But this
not that I minded that.
Yeah.
I just really like the emotional connection in this one. And it focused
really
a lot on her and her troubles and their relationship together, which is really, really cool. So yeah, I think I gave this one like a 3.75 or a 4.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Book
All right.
done?
Your turn.
All right. I'm going to do mine together. So I was finishing the Darkmoor Penitentiary series, books 3 and 4. I absolutely love this series. I may love it more than Ruthless Boys. I definitely love it more than Ruthless Boys. 100%. And the only reason why I don't like it more than Zodiac Academy is because Zodiac Academy is like the base of the whole series. You know, it's like the start. But this right here, I rated 10 stars, 100 stars. My favorite series of 2024 is right here.
It's a why choose if you didn't know.
A dark why choose, and the amount of badassery that is Rosalie.
Yep.
I absolutely love it. She is the epitome of give no fucks, stand back up after getting pushed down, and just taking what she wants. And I absolutely love it. It's so good. Spicy plot.
You have to read Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac and Zodiac Academy before you get into these.
So good.
Like,
so good.
You don't necessarily have to, but like you have to.
They don't explain anything.
I cannot emphasize how much you have to.
They don't explain anything. Literally nothing. They jump right into it, so you have to read the other series before you read these. But so worth the wait of going through like the 20 other books to get to the series. I tabbed the shit out of it. I love it so much. 10 out of 10. Best series of 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. I have a super unpopular opinion right now.
Uh-oh.
This next series that I read is rated so highly. Like, I was going into this expecting it to be absolutely phenomenal. This is another darker why choose. It is contemporary. And I, like all like 4.1, 4.2 stars on Goodreads.
I've heard really good reviews
with a lot of with quite a few ratings. And I blame it on the book I read before it, which we'll talk about in just a minute. Because that one was
really, really good.
That one blew my mind, and then I went into these and it was just like, meh. I don't get it.
Which is kind of disappointing because if I also don't like them, I have the same series or this set that she has.
Let's get into
and
it.
I may
The series that I just read is the WITSEC series by Ashley Rostek. It is Find Me, Save Me, Love Me, Free Me. So this series is about a girl that is in the witness protection program. And she moves to this town, and there are 4 brothers that are her neighbors. And yeah, it's her journey through everything that goes on with the reason why she's in witness protection. The person that caused everything that happened is still alive. He is still out there. He is still searching for her. So she is hiding. And this all takes place a year after everything that happened with her.
Okay.
So yeah, she was, and I think I gave the first book 3.5 stars. And then I gave the rest of them like 1.75. Maybe a 2.
God. That makes me not want to read them because I also don't like contemporary romance.
I am a huge contemporary romance fan. It's one of my favorite things. And I will tell you that the reason why the first one got such a good rating is because the story and the plot and like what's actually going on, pretty good.
Yeah.
The spicy scenes were not it for me. One, it's brothers. I understand that is a thing. I totally get it. Like, I get that they can all share a woman. But, like, it was just awkward and felt very juvenile in the way the spicy scenes were written. And it is, like, there's quite a few spicy scenes in these. Like, it's not shy. And already in the first book, like, it's a lot. And, like, she's 18. But it feels like she's like 12.
Oof.
And it just...
Maybe I will not read them.
I mean, give the first book a try. If that's your jam, if you enjoy her writing, you got it. Like I said, the plot, the story is pretty good. And you want to find out.
Like what happens.
By the time I got to the 3rd and the 4th book, I was skipping. I wasn't interested in all the details. I was just... ready to get to the actual plot of what was going on. It just meh. It was very meh for me. I'm actually gonna probably end up selling my special edition set of it. Just because I have no interest in leaving it on my shelves.
Oof.
So I did finish it though. I did not DNF it. Probably should have.
Yeah, if you're like skipping it, you don't have to like
the plot was good. I wanted to know what happened.
So you're just like skipping. You're like, okay, skip. Okay.
I just wanted to know what happened, but like I just wasn't interested in everything else. Even some of the spicy scenes, I was just like,
It does not make me want to read it.
Like I said, read the first book.
Maybe it's very low on my TBR.
Read the first book. If you enjoy the writing, like if it's not too like,
me
for you. Do it.
Finish it.
Get it up. You got it. Hang on. I'm going to go into my next one really quick.
Okay.
Which is, I think, the reason why these
were so
did not hit as good for me. Because before this Why Choose, I read a different Why Choose.
Which I have pre-ordered from a book box that I am so excited to get them.
So Mystic just did a special edition of these. And I have the paperbacks. But I ordered those special editions because I am going to display the crap out of these because this is my #1 series for the year.
We both read our #1 series for the year in December.
I gave
both Why Choose
part 1 and part 2 5 stars. That's big for me. I'm not a big 5-star person. I think I had 5 throughout the entire. So out of 52 books, I had 5. That's a 10%.
Mine is if I want to read it again. A lot of the times I'll give it 5 stars. A lot of the time.
10%.
I've heard really good reviews about them.
In that series.
I'm excited to read them.
Is The Loser's Duet by Harley LaRoe. I'm so in love with this series. Like, I don't even know like how to explain to you how amazing these books were. It is a contemporary romance. It is dark. It is a Why Choose. They're all doing things with all of them. They are full on couples, right? And I think that is one thing that I enjoyed. They weren't freaking brothers.
Yeah. And then the guys like actually had like relationships and connections together.
And I think that that's a big reason why I enjoy Why Chooses, is because it's just more people, right? You get more interactions. You get to have insight into more relationships. And I think that is really, really cool. With WITSEC, it was one POV, I think. No, I lied. They had a couple of the prologues were different POVs.
Gotcha.
But the majority of it was her. And I think she was really annoying. So, and I went into it after reading this writing, the way that she has the emotional connections in this book is just phenomenal. And I could read these again tomorrow. And then the next day.
You have a TBR for January. Do not read them.
So yeah, I will preface this with I did not read The Dare. It is recommended to read The Dare before you go into these, because it's literally what the entire series is based on. I'll talk a little bit about the series. It's literally about, in high school, you have the popular girl. Then you have the outcasts, right? You have the guys that, okay, small town. Mm-hmm. You have the guy that dyes his hair blue.
Ooh, rebel.
You have a super whitewashed town that super religious. The one that likes men.
Blasphemy.
The one that smokes.
Oof.
One that brings knives to school. And the popular girl is who they want. And they're who the popular girl wants. In her brain of brains. But she won't say it out loud, and she's mean.
Nice. I like it.
Guys. So yeah, the first book is all about how she did some nefarious things, got into a little bit of trouble, and they're getting her out of that trouble. With sex.
For a price?
With sex. And then this one goes more into things that happen after that book. I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, so good. My top series of the year. 5 stars, both of them. If I could give them 6,000 stars, I would. I would read them tomorrow. I would continue to reread these forever. So yeah. So why WITSEC? Me.
My next book on my TBR, which I absolutely love this alternate art cover, is Leave Me Behind by K.M. Moranova. Super cute. The reason why I picked up this book was because I saw a reel on TikTok, and it's actually the first like little picture inside the book of them holding their hands out like guns to each other. So it is a dark romance, contemporary romance.
Military romance.
Yeah. Standalone. So good. So spicy. The plot. Fantastic. I gave it like 4.5 stars. Not quite 5 because I feel like it's enemies to lovers, but it's one of those books where they kind of like jump to being lovers while still hating each other.
Reluctant allies to lovers. That is the trope.
They absolutely hate each other.
Yeah, but
they would kill each other. Hence
maybe there's enemies to lovers.
Tried to kill each other. So the whole premise of the book.
It's enemies to lovers, guys. Not reluctant allies.
Yeah. It's 100% he tries to kill her several times. But so the premise of the book is there's like this dark, seedy underbelly of the military. There's these black ops teams that are kind of like out of the view of the government. Nobody even knows that they exist. One of which is called Riot. It's the squad that Nell was on. Her entire squad dies. She's the only survivor. At the beginning of the book, you don't really know why. She was in love with her leader, and she's the only survivor. Then she is moved to another squad called Malum. They absolutely hate Riot because somebody on Malum died that same day when Riot didn't come to their extraction point. So they blame Riot for their partner, one of their squad mates dying.
Okay, there it is.
So that's the premise of the book. All right. So the whole reason why I wanted to pick it up was because of the TikTok video. And it said, it's them pointing their fingers at each other. And it's her saying, I'm sorry I threw a rock at your head. and it's him saying, "I'm sorry I pushed you off a cliff." Okay? That is the quote. So this is that scene behind that quote. Not a spoiler. It's them hating on each other. Okay?
Okay.
Remember that he's legit trying to kill her through the entire book.
Okay.
Okay. So he had left her behind, and this is her catching up to him on a mission, mock mission. Okay, ready? This is from Nell's point of view. I fist a rock the size of my palm, and a wicked smile graces my lips as I get ready to deck him with it. "Hey, asshole," I shout, and I baseball pitch the rock at him. He turns, clearly startled. The rock strikes his helmet and tilts his head. I burst into laughter before adding, "Ha, fuck you." Bradshaw stares at me hollowly, like something's been unplugged from his brain and there's an itch that has formed. "You fucking brat." My teeth burn with hatred, but I'm still laughing. "Oh, great comeback. What are we, 5? He charges at me without warning and without any sound. My instincts flare to a sharp scream. I dart to the side and sprint as fast as I can to evade him. His hands reach out and he snags one of my thigh pockets. I turn and land a backhanded punch to the side of his face. He grunts but doesn't let me go. He grips my braid and pulls my head back. We fall into the dirt together, wrestling for our lives. "You make me sick." His voice drips with loathing. He pins my arms behind my back, and I already know that he's going to win this fight. My breath is uneven, and he has me pinned like an animal. I hold in the cry that swells in my throat. He twists my wrist and sets his knee on it. My face is planted against the earth, and his weight spreads agonizingly over my spine. "You're the only repulsive thing here," I say as scathingly as I can. He mulls that over. "I'm not asking nicely again, bunny. I want you off the squad. Fucking quit. There's nothing more I want to do than that too, buddy." I try to wiggle free, but he only firms his grip on my wrist, forcing a cry from my lips. "You'll never have a place here with us. The only good riot soldier is a dead one. And I can make arrangements for that, bun. Fucking try me."
Oh my God.
So good. The enemies to love, they absolutely hate each other.
Yeah.
And try to kill each other at every opportunity. But then they get things like that where she throws a rock at his head and he's like, "Fucking brat," and then pushes her in the dirt. So good. 4 stars.
I think I'm going to really, really enjoy it.
So good.
We know that I was reading The Bonds of Tie. Do we know that? We know that now. So I finished the very last book in the Bonds That Tie series. Overall, I would give the series probably a 3.5 to a 3.75.
Okay.
First book, 5 stars. We're just going to kind of leave it at that. So, Bonds That Tie is literally about a society where you have bonds. Bonds are things that give you powers and connect you to people, right? You are literally blood connected to your bonds when you're born. So they do blood tests, and you also, when you bond with them, have sex with them, you get stronger. So you want to find your bonds. And this is literally about Oleander Fallows and her bonds, and how all of that plays out. And I will say with it, first book, phenomenal. I was so gripped. I think I literally called you and I was like, "You have to read this right now."
You were like, "Stop whatever you are reading," which I was reading Darkmoor. And she was like, "Pick up this book."
I read all of these 6 books in like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So like the first book was so good, and then just kind of, and then the last book was okay. I think that it waited too long to reveal the bigger plot points. And like it had like 1 book to go over everything.
Yeah.
Which, okay, why'd you? It's 6 books. Why didn't you put this in the 4th or the 5th?
Smut. Plot at the end.
It was smutty. Some of the smut was questionable.
Dubious consent.
You just have to. The whole atmosphere was questionable. It wasn't like a oh no, that's taboo. No, it was just awkward, even for the readers.
Oh gosh.
But overall the series was pretty good. Not my favorite why choose. But it was good. She's got 5 guys.
Dang.
5. No sword crossing though.
Lame.
But yeah, so I finished Bonds of Tie. And then my very last book, I technically finished it on January 1, but we're not going to talk about it. I started it in December.
Yeah. You can count it.
Is another little cute temporary romance, Window Shopping. So Window Shopping is about a girl that she just got out of prison.
She got out of prison? I like I just read this book, guys. Read this back in the
Okay, so Sebastian, I need you to edit that out. That's kind of a spoiler. It's not really a spoiler. It's just her past. It on here it just says has a difficult past. It doesn't say.
Then she got. What a great holiday book.
Anyway,
good holiday romance.
She's a girl, difficult past. Down on her luck, trying to recover from bad things. She went to school to market, and her dream is to be a window designer, right? You know, when you're walking by stores and they have like fun things in the windows and it makes you want to go into the store. That's what she went to school for and something she really wants to do. Out walks this extremely cheerful man. Like, they started describing him and I was like, he's a fucking nerd.
Gross.
I don't know how to say this. Nerd in the day, not at night.
Kink. Kinky later.
But anyway, it's just more so like her story of coming up. It was really, 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 really good. I gave it, I think, like 3.75 or 4. I just really like the writing. I like the emotional connection in it. Got a little bit fuzzy in the end. Like, it was just okay. But overall, it was really, really good. I definitely enjoyed it. And yeah, it was a good little Christmas novel.
Nice.
I finished all the books I wanted to by January 1st.
The only 2 that were on my December TBR that are now going to be the start of my January TBR, Fabric of Our Souls, and then The Ballad of Phantoms and Hope by K.M. Moranova. I really liked her writing, really enjoyed it. So I should really enjoy these. But this is like a contemporary-ish romance also.
It's got fantasy elements. We'll talk about it in a minute. Speaking of that, that was the December TBR that we finished up. Our kind of ratings for it. Let us know if you guys have read any of these. How do you feel about them? I know the Bonds That Tie is a pretty popular series. WITSEC is a pretty popular series. Darkmoor is newer.
You have to read it.
We've got so many
Best
wide chooses in here. Let us know if you're into that vibe. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and we will literally see you in the next video that's going to come out in a couple days with our January TBR. Yeah. So, see you next time. Bye, guys. When you look my way, it gave me shivers.